Welcome to Biz Coach and Coffee, where our guests are experts, entrepreneurs, coaches, and consultants that share tips, strategies, and tactics to help small business entrepreneurs grow their business for long-term success. Please welcome your host, Biz Coach Steve Feld.
Hello, I'm Biz Coach Steve Feld, and my goal is to stop business owners from suffering entrepreneurial depression and start making running their businesses much easier. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire me to crack multiple 6 and 7 figures without burning themselves out. And today we have another great guest for you. We have Kitti Andrews. Now, Kitti, she's going to share with us how her easy step-by-step system will help you organize your space and brain so you can maximize your mental energy for premium productivity. Please welcome Kitti.
Thank you so much for having me, Steve. Most appreciated. Looking forward to this.
Great. Well, first of all, how did you get into, decluttering a brain?
It's been an evolution. Imagine, if you will, you see those pictures of 4-year-olds with the building blocks and they have to stack them very carefully, one on top of the other. Guilty as charged. Fast forward, one of my first office jobs as a file clerk, and I was promoted to something else, and the ladies in the former department said, would you consider working for us part-time as a file clerk, because we could always find things when you worked here. So that was kind of nice. Then fast forward a couple of more iterations, and during my 18-year cleaning business, I always felt compelled to kind of rearrange something, not a massive rearranging, but just maybe a couple items on a coffee table or something like that. And miraculously, the clients always said, I've been meaning to do that. And it looks much better now. And thank you for doing that. I didn't have the guts to do it myself. And now I find myself in the world of virtual decluttering after real estate staging. And that's been described as a less intrusive, more focused way to get rid of years of clutter that we accumulate.
Well, great. And who are your primary clients?
Now they're entrepreneurs, and there are 2 reasons for that. One, because I am one, so I understand their concerns. And 2, I think that they, that's the bulk of the people that I know, frankly, is entrepreneurs and those in the coaching, consulting, entrepreneurial space who have specific concerns as opposed to the housewife or the man organizing his garage or something like that. And I understand those. Believe me.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. I go through what I call the purge every year. And it's usually around near the end of the year. And, things happen, they accumulate even as much as we try to put the gates up to get rid of things we don't need. It still slips through. Gets through the cracks. So I go through what they call the purge. So it's even cleaning up my email list. It's cleaning up all the files. And guess what? You start the year fresh and clean, and it feels so good.
It does.
And when the entrepreneurs come into you and they're talking to you, what do you see as their top problems?
It's partly the distraction of physical clutter. I think you'd agree with me, Steve, that it's much more pleasant to work in a neat, tidy environment, and you can think more clearly. Also, the mental clutter that accompanies that. Like, say, for example, you can't find a client's file 2 minutes before you're about to get on a call with them. Well, that doesn't do much for your credibility. Things like that. It can. I could go down the road of mental clutter if you like. I'll let you lead this show in this dance.
Great. So you help them with the physical clutter, because I know we've talked before. I've adopted the minimalist perspective in my life, my personal life. And I'd had someone over recently and they thought, are you moving in or moving out? And I was like, you know what? I am so much happier now without all the furniture and without all the things I don't need in my life. And they're like, huh. And then they started realizing like I could use with about half of the stuff I have. And I'm like,
And absolutely, most people can quite happily. I may be moving next month, and I'm starting to look around saying, you know, I never really liked that desk anyway. I'll be glad to get rid of it. We do as a society, especially in the last 50 years, we accumulate because we can. And that's not always a good thing.
right.
Sometimes you wish for the simplicity of your, as it were.
Exactly. I'm noticing that in my office and my whole life, everything. It's like, wait a minute, it feels freeing. It really
Mhm.
does. And clarity comes a little easier because there's less distractions, physical, mental, everything around you.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
So what is a good tip that you would tell a business owner to like say, let's start with the physical, like in their office. What would to declutter an office, if you could share it?
Oh, um, start with I would say the absolute necessity is your desk. Two necessities, the floor and the desk. And the floor, why do I say that, is from a feng shui point of view, it lets the energy flow through. The energy flows along the floor, funny enough. So you want to make sure that there's and I have seen offices where there isn't that much clear floor space. Okay, you know, just stacks of paper everywhere, this kind of stuff. So you want to get as much off the floor as possible. And the desk. Now, this may seem very obvious, but how tempting is it to, oh, I'll just leave it there for now. I'll just leave that there for now. And then all of a sudden, a month later, and I've been guilty of the same thing too. And then I say, what is in this stack? And why am I feeling frazzled? Is the word I'm looking for, because I'm not quite sure what's in there, or maybe I know very well what's in there. It's just been laziness of I haven't filed it. Well, what does that cause? That causes mental clutter of, oh, when am I ever going to get to that?
Oh,
Uh, and the feelings of lower self-worth. You know, your confidence is a huge game in entrepreneurship. Wouldn't you agree?
absolutely.
And if you're feeling good about yourself and you're feeling in control of everything, and that, yep, I'm on top of my game, then that attitude, I believe, it transfers to everyone, everything that you do, and everyone that you interact with. You come to the call in control, and you're feeling good, and that comes across to your client or your potential client, anybody.
Absolutely. You brought up a good point because I see this with many entrepreneurs. It's like you go in their office and it's piles of papers. You know, they might have that great filing system in their mind, but if they got sick, then you're trying to tell someone to grab a file, and now you have to explain, okay, it's the eighth pile from the 10 feet off of the room, and it's 3/4 of the way down, and it's not labeled just like all the other files.
Right.
What would you tell a business owner who has a lot of paper files? Do you suggest to go electronic and do an electronic filing system?
Now, not having been born with a computer in my mouth, as you know, many of us over the age of 40 haven't been. I am a fan to a certain extent of digital storage, but I am an old school paper girl, and there's just something. I understand it. I understand paper. I also understand too much paper. The absolute essential thing is some sort of filing system. Now, it doesn't have to be a big heavy filing cabinet. You can get away. I have never had a filing cabinet. I have never had one. What I have used successfully for, oh my good heavens, 30 years now is accordion files.
Oh, yeah.
They're portable. They move with you. You get the ones with 20 or 30 compartments. You can get the ones with 10 compartments. They make doing your taxes a breeze. I can tell you this.
Oh, absolutely.
Your accountant wants it, and boom, it's all there to go. And here's the beauty of it, Steve, is once it's set up, it's done for life. You have that confidence and clarity for life.
Now, Kitti, we're talking about organization and filing, and a lot of my one-on-one clients are CPAs, and they give me nothing but horror stories where that business owner brings in a giant box of receipts and they're all thrown in for the whole year, and then they expect a miracle to somehow happen, that it gets sorted and entered in overnight by some magical elves.
Mhm.
Now, you brought up accordion folders, which I am a huge fan of, especially for your taxes. Because I have one and I've kept it for God knows how many years. And it's just for taxes only. And guess what? I've never gone to my accountant and go, and dumped it on them. If I did, the last time I think I was audited, I brought my accordion folder, and the agents looking at me like, what's that? And I go, it's all my receipts. And they just go, can I look at it? And I said, yeah, sure. He looks at it and he goes, he asked one question. All the audit was dropped because I was organized.
Right.
That was it. Because he figured he'll never really find anything because I have my act together.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I was missing the receipt that they were looking for, which I was.
You gave the appearance of being organized, which put in his mind, well, if he's got it this far, then yes, absolutely. I probably won't find anything. Maybe I can find a bigger fish down the road. Let's leave this fella. And with the accordion files, oh my good heavens, if I did that once, brought us the proverbial shoebox to my accountant. And she said, all right, we'll do it this year. And I'm going to teach you a system. And that's when I got introduced to the small 10 portion accordion file. Okay, Kitti, your automotive expenses go in one pocket. And she told me what order the tax man needs. And it goes in here automatically. The next year she looks at it and she says, okay, I've got this. Next year, can you count it up for me? Kind of thing. And now I just count it up for my accountant. And they're absolutely right to not want to go through a whole year of jumbled up receipts. Why would you?
Right. And for the business owners out there, if you're doing that to your CPA accountants, please stop. And it'll actually save you money by just taking the receipt and throw it in a folder at that moment versus throwing it into a box. It took you the same time to throw it in a box. It'll take you the same time to throw it into an accordion folder. Really. And it'll save you a ton of money.
Absolutely. And again, eliminates that mental clutter that you're, where is stuff? Do I have everything? Kind of thing. You just want to keep yourself together as much as possible with simple tools and strategies that are free.
That's it, people. I mean, these are simple strategies that can improve your business and in your life. And let me ask you about your business. I mean, what is a challenge or a failure or item that you've had to overcome in your business?
You've heard me mention mental clutter. And I would say that, I can tell you that out of 10 people that I ask which is more troublesome, physical clutter or mental clutter, 10 will say the mental clutter. Kitti, we know how to pick things up off the floor. We just don't want to, or we don't know where to start, or we're overwhelmed. But when it comes to mental clutter, say for example, you're getting ready for your day, you're brushing your teeth, and you start to think, All right. I'm pretty sure I wrote down that I have to email Steve. Now, what else did I phone that person? Okay, your brain starts working and working and working. By the time you get to your desk, the little cell phone battery in your head has gone, "Pew!" Okay, and if you, and I've learned this the hard way, if you implement some, again, simple strategies, and as simple as possible. I know I'm using that word a lot, but being ADHD, I find that simple is best, because your mental energy is key. Do you ever find yourself, you probably don't, because you're minimalist, you're organized, but do you ever find yourself in the middle of the afternoon tired for no particular reason other than the fact that you had to really think hard in the morning about
Yeah,
infusion?
once in a blue moon, and then I'm thinking, I look at my to-do list and I'll find I only did one item.
Yep.
And then I get rejuvenated again, knowing, wait, I have a plan. Because I'm getting tired because I'm putting energy where it shouldn't be.
That's right.
So it's
That's
that
right.
mental clutter. And then if I know, hey, I'm focused and clear on where I need to go, I'm energized all day. So I get this question. It's like, how can you be up like it, like energized at 9 at night and full of energy? I go, well, I love in life and loving doing what I do. And coffee helps.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is all between the ears.
Exactly. Now, our guests usually give a gift or something that can help the listeners with their business or in their life. What kind of gift that you have to offer our listeners?
We have our 7 easy steps to conquer your physical and mental clutter. It really is 7 steps meant to be followed in order. What a surprise. And the idea is to get you decluttered once and for life. And that is why you want to do it step by step. It didn't accumulate overnight and it won't go away overnight. But once you get it gone and retrain your brain to keep it from coming back, not buying that magazine that you just threw 6 away of, kind of thing, then you're on your road to clutter-free life.
Great. We will have the URL in the show notes, so please take advantage of Kitti's offer and, well, declutter your life. Get a little bit more organized, a little bit more focused. I should
Absolutely.
say, I'm just thinking we could probably have a whole nother episode on just like decluttering your friends or your alleged friends who are actually bringing you down in life, which is actually causing more, well, chaos in
Yes.
your life.
Yes. Yes. Oh, well, we declutter all 5 pillars.
There you go. Any last words, Kitti, as we're wrapping up here?
I don't get, well, I kind of gave part of it away that it didn't accumulate overnight. But the idea is to make a decision, to a solid decision, I would like to, I'd like to get decluttered. Make a decision based on why you want. Is it so that you can improve your profitable productivity? Is it so that you can, doing it for somebody else is not a good reason, but figure out your why. Like why are you going to the gym? You would make a specific goal for that. Well, same deal with decluttering. And since clutter affects all areas of your life, it's important, and I don't know that people pay enough attention to it. But once you get used to it, just like you, Steve, you wouldn't have it any other way other
Okay.
than the way you're living now. Yes?
No, I mean, I'm getting rid of bookshelves, books, and not throwing away, donating and
That's
those
right.
things. But you know what? I'm starting to really enjoy it a lot more because it's like, well, they're just collecting dust. And I know people think I'll get to it one day and read that book. No, you're not.
If it's sat there for a year,
You're not.
right. If you've read it, and if you've read it twice, keep it because something about it is resonating with you. But
Yeah.
Other than that, just make your decision to change your life, and the rest will come.
Absolutely. Well, Kitti, thank you so much for being our guest on Biz Coach and Coffee. And for our listeners, make
Thank
sure that
you.
you like and subscribe to our podcast. And if you like Kitti and our other guests, please make sure to show them a little love and give them some positive feedback. This is Biz Coach Steve Feld wishing you and your business much success.
We hope you enjoyed today's topic. If you'd like to discuss how you can apply these strategies in your business, let us know. This episode is sponsored by Spotlight Books. Get your own expert book written about you in 30 days. Set yourself apart from the competition. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to give us your comments. We look forward to hearing from you on Biz Coach and Coffee.